Hi, so this time we are working on the Theory Workbook, Level 1A. And a few pages here, starting on page 17. So we want to work through 17 through 20. So this is our first time back from the coronavirus issues, just trying to get these pages done. So the first part of page 17 is pretty simple. You're just naming letters, right? So whatever they are. So if you're looking at treble clef, here's your C, here's your D, right? Just keep going. Later on, it's going to jump around. Just watch exactly where it goes. Then it shifts over to bass clef. Just remember, everything down here is bass clef. So like this one, all cows eat grass, right? That's your G. And your F. And onwards you go, right? Same with the next line. There's treble clef, bass clef, treble clef. Just make sure you shift gears so you know which one you're looking at as you go. Okay, so that part's not hard. Towards the bottom of the page, so it says, the instructions say, determine whether these two note groups are repeated notes, steps, or skips. If they are steps or skips, determine whether they move up or down. Then write the letter name of each note. Remember, steps are side-by-side letter names, and skips are every other letter name. So their example, one is a step up, one is a skip down, right? And just remember, steps just mean a space note and line note, or it's going to go line to space, right? It's not going to skip anything. Skip, it's going to skip something. Here we're skipping a line. All right, so you've got a couple choices. So looking at the first one you have to work on. This one is just one note from here to here. There's not skipping anything, so it's a step, right? So you say step. And then you're determining direction. Is it upwards or is it downwards? And this one goes up, so it's a step up. Underneath that, you're writing the letter. This is treble clef, that's your D, and that's your E. Right, so it's not too hard. Just watch. There's a couple spots because you get into this pattern of thinking steps have to go up, skips have to go down, but that's not always true. So for example, like this one. This is in the left hand. That is a skip, right? You notice you're skipping the space. So this is a skip. And it goes upwards, right? It goes from the fourth line to the fifth line, so it's upwards. So it's not always a skip down, sometimes it's a skip up. And then you write, here's an F, right? If you remember, good boys do fine, always, F and A. Okay, and then once in a while there's a repeated note. It's exactly the same note again, right? And then you just write, like here you write A and an A. Right, so make sure you work on the rest of that. It's all the same process. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's a skip, sometimes it's a step. All right, do the next page. Looking at page 18, this is the part about stem lines. We talked about stems sometimes going up, right? And then sometimes, as we see later, sometimes the stems will head down, like here, right? So the difference is, let's see, so they just have you drawing C, D, E, F, G, A on the treble staff as quarter notes, half notes, and dotted half notes. So this part's pretty easy. So you're just drawing a D, fill it in, you're drawing quarter notes, right? This one's going to be an E, fill it in, draw a stem, it's a quarter note. And then the same thing here, do half notes. So empty circles with the stem. And these stems head up, right, etc. And then dotted half notes here as you go. So the next part, this is where the stem direction changes. So it says when a note is on or above the middle line, so what you're looking at is out of those 5 lines, this line. If that circle is above that center line, then that stem should head down on the left, right? All these are down, 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 until, right, you hit the center line. Once you get below that, that stem's got to head up on the right. So it's kind of upside down, actually turned, rotated. Okay, so just watch, that's what they're trying to teach you. Same thing here, you've got, this is below that third line, so that stem heads up. Once you hit the third line, stem down, stem down, stem down, stem down. Okay, so the bottom of the page, you're doing bass clef. Same idea, you're drawing quarter notes. So that's a C, the D is here, and that is your third line. So that stem should head down. And the E, stem should head down, right, etc., etc. Same idea with the half notes. right? You draw an empty circle, and your stem should head down, right? So just watch stem direction as you do this, the bass clef part. Same with the dotted half notes, right? Well, and one important point when you're making dotted half notes. So here is the half note, stem down. The dot should go after, no matter which direction the note, whatever, wherever the stem is, the dot always goes after the note. Okay, hopefully that's not hard. Page 19, this is also about steps and skips. So just read those instructions carefully. First part says draw the note one step up, right? So just make sure you're seeing step and up from the given note. And then name each note, use quarter notes. Okay, so their first example is the C, so they draw a D. It's the same thing. This is in the left hand now, it's bass clef. That one's an F. We want to go up one step. So going upwards just to the next space. And then we fill it in, put a stem on it because it's a quarter note. That's a G. Right, same thing here. That's a C. Up a step, fill it in. Now remember with the stem lines, right, up or down, this is the middle line, it should go down. This is a D, right? Should make sense. So just quarter notes and just steps up. The next section is a step down, right? So that's what they've got here, D to C. So this is an F, down a step. So we're going to go this way. So just don't be creative. Whatever they say, just follow that, right, downwards, make it a quarter note, put the stem. Onwards, bass clef, some treble clef, right, left hand, right hand. Next section, this is a skip up. So again, read the instructions, but watch the examples. So this is a C to an E, so you're skipping the D, right? So remember that's what our skips are. This is a D. So we're going to skip the line and hit the space. Right, and we're drawing in this part half notes, empty circle with a stem. That's a D, that's an F. Right, so skip up. So skip a note and head upwards. Right, that line should make sense. And the bottom line, same idea. It's a skip down, right? So just make sure you do that. This is G and E. So this one, for the left hand, this is an A, right? Good boys do fine always. Down a skip, so skip past the space to the line. Right, that's an F. And continue with that. Okay, so make sure you do that one. Make sure it all makes sense. If there's any questions, you can always email me. Okay, and the last part of this assignment is page 20. This part's easy. They're just asking you to identify melodic seconds and thirds. Melodic just means one note at a time. You're not playing anything at the same time. Right, so you're looking, basically it's steps and skips. This is a step, so it's called a second. This is a third, right? It's skip, so it's called a third. This one, again, what you're looking at is space to space, right? So if it's space to space or line to line, then it's got to be a skip or a third, right? This is a space and then a line. They're different from each other, so that should be a second, right? So as you go through the rest of this page, that one, I think this part's not too bad. All right, so just let me know if you have questions. Try to finish up pages 17 to 20. Okay, thank you. Bye.